Hey, Church Mark here with our weekly update. Big announcement for the week is that tomorrow, May 15th, begins phase one of the Oregon reopening plan. So, Oregon getting back to work and back into the restaurants and back to get your hair cut and all kinds of important things like that. We're glad this day has arrived. And there's much about this as a church that we don't fully understand yet and what our freedoms are and aren't. But one thing we do know is that gatherings are now allowed up to 25. So all those ministries and groups in our church, 25 or under, are permitted to gather and meet. And so we're going to be encouraging this. It's starting tomorrow. Life groups, ministries, student ministries, all ramping back up to meet live. So we can put Zoom away for a long, long time and get back to being believers face to face in gatherings together. So that's one thing to report that we're super excited about. We also would encourage you, for as long as we're still doing services online, that you would consider for those groups that desire to meet to life groups to meet together to watch the worship service together. It might be an even better way to take in the worship service. Before I forget, this Sunday we're opening up our Redwood campus this Sunday for smaller watch party. So if you want to watch the service with some other believers and some of the staff and in a live venue, feel free to attend the Redwood campus at 9 or 10:30. So 9 or 10:30 this Sunday for a live watch party of the online worship service. Looking forward to that, and especially here on short notice, even we would hope that some groups can get together and watch the service together. And I'm so glad that we can be meeting live again. This is a time in our church where I want you to know how important it is to be praying for us as leaders, because we're taking very seriously the process and the progress towards reopening our worship services on all of our campuses and when we should do this and what they should look like. We obviously want to comply with the regulations. We take our authorities, state and local authorities, very seriously, and that's biblical to do that. But we also believe that church gathering is an essential service. And so trying to come to what that's supposed to mean for us and how to apply that. And some of the regulations and rules are somewhat vague. And so what does that mean for us? And so as we navigate this and move ahead, again, please be praying for us as we determine what reopening should look like in our live worship services. And we're definitely going to keep you posted on that. There's a lot of things that are coming out on an almost daily basis from Salem, from our local county and city officials, and so we're really working through this and trying to understand more about it, and we want to meet as soon as we can. I do know this, and I want to encourage us with something very important as a church, that this is becoming a very divisive and polarizing kind of an issue, as you all know. What's happening is, because of the government response to this crisis, it's created a lot of controversy. And again, our whole nation, as is too often the case, is polarized on this issue. It's even become politicized. All that to say, I want us to be very careful as a church in the things we say and our judgmental attitudes towards other believers. If you haven't learned this by now, other Christians take a different view than you have, right? We all can have our opinions on what we think should happen or not happen, and that's fine that we have our own opinions. But it's when we judge other believers, we say things like, well, that family, can you believe that they're doing that? Or can you believe they're not doing that? And look at that, and judging families and judging individuals because of their positions, even other churches for what they're doing or not doing. This is territory where our enemy, the devil, would love to see us get divided, and we can't let it happen. Again, it's fine that we have our opinions on things, and I have mine, and I'll tell you if you ask me. But at the end of the day, we want to trust the Lord. We want to make the right decision for us as individuals, our families, and our church. And people are different and they look at things differently. So, anyway, all that to say, I wanted you to know what is open now, the groups of 25 or less, that we're seriously progressing towards reopening our services, and we're taking that before the Lord. And also to not allow this to become a divisive issue amongst Christians here in our community. Also, want to let you know that the Digging Deeper podcast is now available. We have three ladies that are spending more time on the Mother's Day topic, and so that's a great Digging Deeper podcast available for you now. And continue to encourage you with the Formation 31 Days of Spiritual Growth Journey. And I'm not sure where you're at on this. I know a lot of people are getting blessed by this. I hope that if you've slipped back at all, that you'll jump back in. There's still a lot of month of May to work with. And so dig into another habit as the Lord wants to deepen us in this season, especially of our spiritual growth. So that's it. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy digging deeper, and our worship service is coming up this weekend.